Hi guys, welcome back to Hillside Homesteading. I'm Salisha. Today I'm going to do another garden walkthrough and show you guys exactly what's happening with my veggies and everything that's going on in the orchard as well. So let's take a look and let's go. Ladies. Okay, let's take a quick look at the baby chicks because here they are. I'm going to fill this up, get some feed for them. But they're all doing really well, and you can see, guys, they've like tripled in size, and their feathers are pretty much come in now. So there's the other door. Okay, let's go get them some more feed. Okay, so this is MP, her baby, BP. Here is Bucky. I don't have anything, Bucky. I have nothing. Coco and Violet. I think that's the order. Hey Bucky, I don't have anything for you, buddy. I don't have anything. Okay? Excuse me. Thank you. Let's go let the sheep out. Because the sheep sleeps in this goat barn here on the other side of the baby chicks. Come on out, sheepy. Don't have a name for him yet. Leave us some suggestions. Okay. And we're still not sure if any of the girls have been bred by Bucky. So we'll see. That's something we're going to have to keep tabs on come fall. So I'll show you how much they've eaten down the new goat run that we just fenced in about 6 days ago. I'll show you how much they've eaten that down in a minute. Okay, so now the babies have their feed, they're good. Just check back in the last videos, you'll see this. It was an absolute jungle here. And now you can see clear over this entire thing. So that's a lot of pasture, a lot of grazing, right guys? So next we'll be moving them most likely to this side over here. And there's another jungle for them to eat as well. So here I have some of my peppermint that I've harvested a little bit of already. I am going to come back and harvest probably about half of this to cut it all back. And this will actually bounce right back after I harvest most of this. So the potatoes in the pots are doing well. We've been having a lot of rain and extremely hot, humid days. And so the leaves are starting to brown. Some of them look a little wilty. You can see how wet it is. They're not dry or anything. They've been getting a lot of water, but I think they're getting a little too much water actually, because we've been having so much rain and then really, really hot, sunny days. So I think that's what's happening with these guys. But they are doing well still. There's another pot. Come back in probably today and spray with my neem spray. If you don't know what the neem spray is, just check back at my pest control video and you'll see how to make that. Another pot of potatoes. And then I have here just 2 cucumbers that my mom gave me, and I just put them in these pots here. So they're just flowering now. They're doing really well. This one is not doing too hot, but it is flowering and putting out flowers. So these are just extras that my mom gave me, so I wasn't too concerned about them. Here's a beautiful catnip that is flowering. You can see how pretty the flowers are. And some parsley that's going to seed. It's just bolting now. This side I have my cucumbers. I have about 4 or 5 cucumbers planted here, and that's gonna make plenty of cucumbers. They're putting out their beautiful flowers, and we're gonna get tons of cucumbers on here. I just know it. So everything is flowering now. This cucumber here, I actually direct seeded this guy after we had that frost, because a lot of the cucumbers didn't make it after that frost. So I did direct seed about 3 or 4 of them in here. These bigger ones are the ones that I actually started indoors in early spring. And you can see by getting a head start, it does pay off because they're a lot bigger than the ones that I put in directly. Look at my peppers. And sometimes people will like thin them to try and encourage them to grow bigger, but I'm not doing that. I don't have a long growing season here. So we're gonna take advantage of as many as we can get. So the peppers are really, really loving it here. These are my 2 blueberries here, and I have them right beside the stairs. They just kind of frame the stairs a bit. And I keep them in pots, and they're starting to ripen. Let me show you. This beautiful blueberry, this little group right here. I have one here. And I've already eaten quite a few of these actually. I pick one. This one. Still a little tart. It could ripen a bit more, but really good. So the mulberries are still producing, so we'll probably get a few more days out of it before they're all done for the season. So we're gonna come back out here, gather a bit more, and I'm gonna make a mulberry preserve. And I will show you guys how I make the mulberry preserve, which is just mulberry jam basically, using organic gelatin so that we can make a jam. So there's the 2nd or 3rd tree And we have all of these other smaller trees on the property, like that one there, just everywhere. So the orchard is still looking really well. I do have one thing to report though. One of the, I think the peach tree actually fell over. So I'll show you a close-up of it, but that's not good. Because of that frost we had, some of the trees in the orchard struggled a little bit this spring. So let's take a closer look and I'll show you what I mean, because some of them actually, one of them for sure is pretty much dead, which is the peach tree. Because what happened is I think it dried out and then the roots basically gave in and it couldn't support its own weight anymore. So this peach fell over, which, I mean, that really sucks. I was really hoping that it would survive, but it didn't. So we're gonna plant another peach there. This one here is another peach. It isn't dead, it's still alive, but it hasn't like done anything at all. So we'll see. This is the Red Haven peach. The All-Star peach is the one that actually fell over and died. So I'm not sure if that's just something that happens to this variety, but it didn't do well here at all. So we're gonna plant another peach here though. All of the other fruit trees actually managed to do really, really well. The pears, the apples, even the cherry, although it did suffer some damage this spring because we had a cold spring, it still survived and it's still doing all right. So it's putting out a bunch of suckers, but it's also growing above as well. So we'll see. And the rest of everything else is actually doing really well in the orchard. Even the tiny pawpaws that we planted over here. They're doing really well as well. So we planted 3 small pawpaws on this side. And then on the other side, we have another row of pawpaws. Let me show you. So right here, we have a little pawpaw patch. So there's one pawpaw right here. Look at how healthy these look. And then we have another pawpaw here. And another one here. And then look right up here, guys. Wild black raspberries. And my son comes out here and eats these. We don't really harvest them that much. We just eat them fresh as they come in because they're absolutely everywhere around here. In here, it's my blueberry patch that I have covered with this green mesh material. It's just going to protect some of the berries from being absolutely decimated by the birds before we have time to eat them. And they're ripening really, really well. I see another really blue blueberry right here. Where is she? There. So everything's doing well in here. All of the blueberries are producing a lot of fruit. And I'm looking forward to a good blueberry harvest this year. Wow, it sure is hot here today. It's more humid than anything else. But yeah, it's a humid, humid day. And because we've been having so much rain, the humidity is just insane. So now that we've seen mostly everything, let's take a look at the main garden where I do have all of my tomatoes and my watermelon and my onions. So let's head in there. Here is my tomato jungle. I love this tomato jungle. It's amazing. I have a bunch of different varieties of tomatoes in here, and they're all growing really well. We do have a lot of flowers as well. So everything's looking really good. Ever since I put the stakes in, they've just increased in size. And because again we've been having so much rain, they've literally just been blowing up. So they've grown. I mean, they're basically taller than the stakes we put in here. So the tomatoes are doing great. We're just waiting for them to fruit up now. Okay. Go in here and take a look. Tomato broke in half. That's not good. Okay, well, one of the tomatoes just snapped in half right here because the stake bent a little. So I need to come in here and fix this up. I can actually just take this tomato that bent and broke. I can just literally stick it in some water for a few days. Cut this off, stick it in some water for a few days, and it'll start to put out roots right there. It'll start to put roots out. And so I can just stick this in the ground and regrow it. So I'll try to do that. The onions are doing really, really great. Hopefully we can get some big onions out of there, but they're still just growing right now. And then right beside it are the watermelon, and they're growing everywhere. They're literally vining up the sides and outside. So the watermelon is really taking off now too. Here I have my Swedish turnips. These are doing absolutely beautifully. All I did to plant these was just literally sprinkle the seeds over, and then I just gently covered them with the soil in these pots. I have 2 pots full, and every seed I planted basically germinated, and they've all taken off and they're doing amazing. I can't wait to harvest some of these because this is my first time ever growing turnips, and I actually haven't even ever tried a turnip, I don't think. So I'm gonna try these. These are Swedish, so they're cold tolerant. So I should be able to actually plant these in early fall as well and still have a harvest. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for spending the morning with me, and make sure you like the video. It really does help me out. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay peaceful. Bye.